I looked at her and calmly replied, "You're right. My apologies." Then I gave her exactly what she asked for: silence. It only became a problem for her when the car insurance, phone plan, and rent, all paid by me, went quiet, too. Hi everyone, before we dive in, quick reminder. YouTube tells me most of you watching aren't subscribed. If that's you, it would mean a lot if you hit that button. I post stories like this every single day, and your support helps a small channel grow. Now back to it. I've always believed that in a serious relationship, you operate as a team. You lift each other up. If you're the one with the better income, you take on more of the financial weight to ease the burden for both. It's not about keeping score, it's just about being a good partner. At least, that's how I saw it. My ex-girlfriend, Maya, eventually started seeing it differently. She called it the bare minimum. Let me paint the full picture. I'm a 31-year-old man working as a senior account executive in tech sales. It's a demanding job, but it pays well, and I'm good at it. Maya, 28, and I had been together for 4 years. When we first met, she was stuck in a draining retail management role. Her dream was to become a freelance graphic designer. She had talent, but was afraid to take the leap. About a year into the relationship, I encouraged her to go for it. "Quit your job," I told her. "I'll handle the rent and bills. Give yourself 6 months, a year, whatever it takes, to build your client base. Just focus on your dream." She cried. She was grateful. And for a while, everything felt perfect. I was proud to provide that kind of safety net. I paid for a nice apartment. I added her to my phone plan to save her the cost. She needed a car to meet clients, so I bought her a certified pre-owned SUV. The title was in her name, but I paid the monthly loan and insured it under my policy to get a better rate. In my mind, I wasn't just covering expenses, I was investing in her, in us. But her freelance career never truly gained momentum. It became a permanent phase of just getting started. Her days gradually morphed into a parody of the influencer lifestyle: 10 a.m. yoga, 1 p.m. brunches, long shopping trips, and maybe a Pinterest mood board or two if creativity struck. I'd return home after 10-hour days of back-to-back sales calls and find her wiped out from what she called a long brainstorming session, which looked more like a nap. Her gratitude began to fade, replaced by entitlement. The support I gave wasn't appreciated anymore. It became expected. 2 years ago, I paid for a week-long trip to an all-inclusive resort in Mexico. On day 2, she sulked because her friend's boyfriend had taken her to the Maldives the month before. "It's just a whole different level of luxury, you know?" she sighed, scrolling through Instagram. I sat on a perfect beach, margarita in hand, a trip I paid for, and yet I was being made to feel inadequate. That was the start of the unraveling. 6 months ago, she began pulling away. She fell in with a new crowd, single, fiercely independent women who preached the gospel of radical self-focus. "Don't let a man dim your shine," they said. Suddenly, the life I had been funding became the cage she claimed was holding her back. The text messages became rare. She'd be out with her friends and wouldn't respond for hours. A simple "how's your night?" from me would get a cold, delayed reply. I finally sat her down. I told her I felt like we were drifting. We were in the kitchen. I was cooking dinner. She sat on the counter, scrolling on her phone. "Are you excited for the weekend?" I asked, hoping for a quiet evening in together. Without looking up, she muttered, "God, Ben, stop being so clingy. You're suffocating me. We don't need to talk every day. We don't have to be attached at the hip. I need space." Clingy. That's what she called me. I was working 50-plus hours a week to pay for the home she lived in, the car she drove, and the phone she used to ignore me, and now I was clingy for wanting a normal conversation. That word flipped a switch in me. It wasn't about revenge. It was clarity. She wanted distance, emotional space, while being completely dependent on me financially. She couldn't see the contradiction. I didn't argue. I turned off the stove, looked her dead in the eye, and said, "You're right. My apologies." She blinked in surprise. "Oh, okay. Well, thank you for understanding." She thought she had won. She had no idea I wasn't just giving her emotional space. I was preparing to give her all the space. The next morning, I began Operation Disentanglement. Step 1. The phone. I called my provider. I had a strong corporate discount. I asked to remove a line from my family plan. Her line. I transferred her number to a prepaid account with a $20 balance and had the SIM activation details sent to her email. Step 2. Car insurance. One call. Cancel the policy on vehicle plate XYZ. The agent confirmed. Coverage ended immediately. Step 3. Rent. I logged into our apartment portal and removed the automatic payment from my account. I set it to manual payment. I would pay my half. And then I went quiet, just like she wanted. No good morning texts. No calls. At home, I was polite but distant. A ghost in a fully furnished apartment paid for by me. She loved it. Came and went like a queen, basking in her freedom from the clingy boyfriend. She didn't notice the floor collapsing beneath her. The first domino fell 4 days later. She tried FaceTiming a friend, but the call wouldn't go through. Tried again. Got a message. Service disconnected. I watched from my desk as her face twisted from confusion to shock. Then she yelled. What happened to my phone? It says my plan's been canceled. I turned calmly.
Oh, that.
Yeah, I removed your line. A shared phone plan felt kind of clingy, don't you think? I set you up with a prepaid one. Details are in your email. She stared at me in stunned silence. I put on my headphones and got back to work. The second domino dropped a week later. A Tuesday night. A knock on the door. A police officer stood there. Maya's SUV was parked outside. Behind it, a tow truck. The officer explained she had been pulled over for an illegal U-turn. But when he ran her plates, it showed no active insurance. Maya stormed in, humiliated, ticket in hand. You cancel my insurance? I could have been arrested. They're towing my car. I looked from her to the officer.
Yes.
I canceled it last week. Covering insurance for someone who needs their space felt like overstepping. I figured you'd want control over your own policy. It is your car, after all. The officer handed her a second ticket for driving uninsured and left. She screamed at me all night. I watched a World War II documentary and slept like a baby. The final domino fell on the 1st of the month. We hadn't spoken in days. I got an email. Rent payment overdue. Action required. She burst into my office. Ben, the rent. You didn't pay it. I turned to her, calm. Not true. I paid my half this morning. The auto-pay was under my account. It's off now. Your half is late. I can't afford half, she cried. You've always paid it. I leaned back in my chair.
Yes.
Because I was in a relationship with someone who acted like a partner. Who cared. Who talked to me. You ended that. You wanted space, so I gave you space. Including financial space. You're independent now. The ending? Exactly what you'd expect. She spiraled. Couldn't pay rent. Couldn't get the car back. Her phone only worked on Wi-Fi. The life she enjoyed, the freedom she bragged about, was built entirely on the clingy guy she dismissed. A month later, I moved out. I was done with the toxicity. She got stuck with an angry landlord and an eviction notice. Last I heard, she had to move back in with her parents, driving her mom's old minivan because her license got suspended. In the end, she got what she asked for. All the space in the world. Funny how much it looks like her childhood bedroom.